So we're going to call it the confidence meter, Joy. So you will name an NFL team. 1-0 being I have no confidence at all that they'll make the playoffs. 10 being the Chiefs. 10 being almost there is no 10 because we have a regulated level of violence in the NFL. Like,
right.
You know, but I honestly do believe even without Mahomes, they'd be in the running in that division. So it's confidence meter time. Here we go.
Okay. How confident are you that the Steelers will make the playoffs?
Right in the middle 5. So they've never had a losing season with Mike Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
But they had the 31st ranked offensive line last year, the worst rushing offense in the NFL last season. So what you're asking me is, do I trust Big Ben, perhaps in his final year, to throw it 45 times a game? Najee Harris is a very nice piece, but they got to rebuild that O-line. Now, they're trying to. They've had guys graded very highly in their first game or two preseason. I think they played 2, maybe 1 or 2. So I would say 5.
Okay. How confident are you that the Patriots will make the playoffs?
5 to 5.5. I don't like their quarterback situation. One guy feels he's past his prime. The other guy's not ready. They spent the most money in the league on free agency, and this is not an easy situation or offense to get your arms around. I do think Nelson Aguilar has always been a tad underrated. He can have the drops. But the division is really, really viable now. Buffalo and Miami are no joke. So I'm right in the middle, 5 to 5.5.
Speaking of Miami, the Dolphins.
7. They were a 10-win team last year, and they got significantly better at wide receiver, Jalen Waddle and Will Fuller. They also picked up running back Malcolm Brown. He'll be a 2-back, but he's a power back. They were 9-3 over their last 12 games. They look spectacularly well coached.
How about the Browns?
I would say 8, 7.5 to 8. Best offensive line in football, and one of 3 teams returning all 11 starters on offense. The Bucs and the Cowboys are the other. So I get continuity, I get an excellent young coach, and the best offensive line in football. 8 to 8.5.
How confident are you that the Raiders will make the playoffs?
0. They lost 3 offensive line starters. They've played just 1 playoff game in the last 18 years, so they got cultural issues. And they face the NFL's toughest schedule.
How confident are you in the Chargers making the playoffs?
6. Everybody else is like 9-6. First of all, they ended the year in a 4-game winning streak. That helps for a young quarterback. They have 4 new starters on the offensive line, including a Pro Bowler at center. They have a new coach. I haven't seen him play, so I can't do better than 6. Justin Herbert with protection feels like he finds a way to make the playoffs.
How about the Cowboys?
5, because I have no idea if any of these defensive draft picks are going to hit. They were 0-7 against teams that reached the playoffs last year. So their issue in the last couple years, Joy, they're not beating good teams. They're beating Philadelphia. They're beating the Giants. They beat Washington. They're not beating good teams. And I do have concerns over the last 2 weeks about that second MRI for Dak. It's something. I would have been about 6 a week ago. I'm back to 5.
How about the Bears?
2. Did not like the way they ended the season. Last 10 games, they were 3-7. Matt Nagy's been a 50-50 coach so far in the league. And let's be honest, the guy who starts game 1 may not start week 2. So a little chaos at quarterback.
Packers?
8. They returned 10 of 11 starters on both sides of the ball. Tied for the most wins in the league over the last 2 years with Kansas City. They were noisy in the offseason, but it's a division. Only Minnesota will challenge them.
The Saints?
3. Michael Thomas situation. He's out. They really have no go-to receiver. They don't have a starting quarterback. And Tampa's easily the best team in the division. And I think Atlanta and Carolina offensively will be significantly better.
Cardinals?
3. Lost 6 of their last 9. And Cliff Kingsbury, question mark.
49ers?
6. Most injured team in the league. They won't be. They'll be better. Tough division. They're 24-8 when Jimmy Garoppolo starts. How often does he start? That's the weirdest team in the league, by the way, because if you said they were in the Super Bowl right now, I'd be like, oh, I get it. And if you said they went 500, I'd get that too. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.